Well, less than 24 hours, New Mexico State will play maybe its most important game in program history. NMSU will play in the 19th annual Conference USA Football Championship game, and waiting for them in the championship game, Liberty, one of 5 undefeated teams left in the nation. This is both programs' first CUSA title game appearances. 10-3, New Mexico State will aim to win its 4th ever conference championship and first since 1978. Meanwhile, a 12-0 Liberty team looks to win its first ever conference title at the FBS level. This is the 3rd time these two teams meet on the gridiron in the span of 370 days, but the stakes are higher than ever before. New Mexico State is ready for its biggest game of the year, and they're aiming to make even more history in 2023.
A privilege to be playing in the conference championship game, and you know, it's been a wild ride for us, and in our 2nd year, but our kids have responded to what we're doing and what we're asking them to do.
This was one of our goals that we had, you know what I'm saying, on that board in the winter and the spring. So to be here, is, you know what I'm saying, it just shows how much work you put in. So we want to win. It's a business trip.
Tomorrow's game will take place at Williams Stadium in Lynchburg, Virginia. That's where we find KTSM 9 sports director Colin Deaver, who is on the road with the Aggies. He had a long journey to get to Lynchburg, but his journey wasn't as long as one individual's football journey to New Mexico State. Colin Deaver files this report.
It was an all-day trip from El Paso to Lynchburg with stops in Phoenix and Charlotte in the middle, but it was all worth it to be here for the Conference USA Championship game between New Mexico State and number 24 Liberty on Friday evening in Lynchburg. And somebody who knows all about long trips, Aggies tight end Ron Tiavasue. He's here all the way from Auckland, New Zealand, and in his 1 year at New Mexico State, he's made a massive impact.
He's been a delight to coach. He's the only guy in my whole coaching career that everybody calls me coach, but he calls me Gramps.
You have to be a special person and player to earn that right from an old school guy like Jerry Kill, and few players have earned the respect of their coaches and teammates quite like the guy Kill calls punt fake Ron.
That's one of the best guys I've ever met. He's gonna be at my wedding one day. That's my brother. Like, if you need anything off the field or on the field, he's always gonna have your back. That's a guy you want in the foxhole with you.
Fake punt by the Aggies.
Tiavasue's journey to Las Cruces from South Auckland, New Zealand has been a long one. Aggies offensive line coach Andrew Mitchell discovered him at a camp in Australia in 2018 when Ron was still a rugby player and Mitchell was a junior college coach.
I basically identified him as a pretty high-level athlete that was still kind of new to the game.
Mitchell saw enough to bring Tiavasue with him to Snow College in Utah, and the first time that Ron ever played American football was there in 2018. He had to make the adjustment on the fly.
I just knew he couldn't move before the ball snap, you know what I mean? I knew like all the basic stuff. I didn't know like face mask and all, like, you know what I mean? Like face mask and horse collar and stuff like that.
Growing up playing rugby helped facilitate the move from a skill set and physicality standpoint, but the switch wasn't always easy.
The transition was hard though, like learning little steps, like, you know, 6-inch steps and stuff like that, shooting the hands. You know what I mean? You just want to muscle everybody, but it's all about technique and football as well.
He's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan because of Troy Polamalu, and at 25 years old, Tiavasue is now at his 4th school after stops at Snow College, Missouri State, Utah State, and now NMSU. His life experience draws teammates to him.
When he speaks, there was almost an instantaneous respect for, you know, kind of his body of work and like you said, his age, you know, but the way he works and goes about his business as well.
Tiavasue's versatility from his rugby days make him valuable in a lot of ways to NMSU on special teams, short yardage situations, and in the passing game.
They hand it off to Ron Tiavasue. Touchdown, the big fella.
He says he just wants to help the Aggies in any way that he can. He's also one of just a handful of Kiwis to ever play American football, and that means a lot to him.
I mean, that's a big deal because I got like a lot of younger guys that kind of like message me on Instagram and stuff like that, and like, you know, say like, hey, you're setting the path and stuff like that. But I mean, I carry it with me every time I play, you know what I mean?
Tiavasue said he hasn't been home to New Zealand or even seen his family since 2019. He hopes to go after the Aggie season is over and bring a Conference USA Championship trophy back with him. Now, this game kicks off at 5 p.m. Mountain Time at Williams Stadium on Friday. We will preview New Mexico State and number 24 Liberty all day on Friday for you on KTSM. For now, reporting in Lynchburg, Colin Deaver, KTSM 9 Sports.